Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be doing an updated world tour for my realm. I did this about 3 weeks ago, where I did like a full server tour. I'm just going to be doing some updates and stuff, kind of telling you guys like what's been going on, what we've been up to on the realm in general. So, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, everything like that. The last video did surprisingly well, so I did want to make an update. I don't really care about how this channel does that much. I've mainly been doing Valorant content on another channel, which I'll have linked on my channel somewhere here if you're interested in that, but I'd imagine not. But yeah, just gonna go through pretty much give you guys updates on everything that's been going on the realm. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say, so let's get right into it. So we'll kind of start with the biggest update, which I mean, maybe not update in terms of like biggest news, but like biggest change, which is Adba's base, which we kind of skipped past last time because he hadn't played in a very long time, and it was just an unfinished base that didn't have anything in it. But now he isn't quite finished with it yet, but everything like he started building it, and the inside actually looks very nice. So he has the water elevators here, some random chests that I don't think have anything in them. Oh, this one has a bunch of garbage in it. But you enter his base, and it is a ring around the outside with like a middle area in here. This originally was like a big pillar that was stacked up on the outsides here, but he changed it to this to make it more open, which I like a lot better. He's also got a beacon in the middle, but I'll take a flyer on the outside just to show you guys what it's like. Basically, it's all deep slate. I'll go back to that room that I just flew by, but yeah, just all deep slate, kind of same blocks. He'll have more of those chest rooms on every corner. The one that I just flew past over here. He'll have a bunch of these around the sides, but this is just a storage area for, I'm assuming, like wood, looks like stone, sand, dirt, diorite, like all this kind of stuff. He's got a storage area for this. Honestly, there's not really much else to show. It's a very simple, but honestly, I think it's the best looking base on the server right now. Um, he's got to change that. I know he didn't want the dripping from his ceiling, so we got to fix that at some point. Oh, there's a bunch here. Holy shit. Anyways, yeah, there's not really much else to show. Like, this is kind of just, in my opinion, the best looking base on the server. He'll add more chest rooms and stuff when he is ready. But as of right now, it's just kind of this, like, circular thing with a bunch of tunnels going out to the outside. And then out here, he has the pipes that go up to the surface. Like, honestly, I wish I did have more to show with this because I do think it's a really nice base. But there's really not a ton of, like, complex stuff with it unless he has secret areas that I don't know about. Speaking of new areas and bases, I did make a new area in my base, which I'll actually go in the main way and show you guys that way. So you go down here, same way that I showed last time. None of this has changed. This actually did change a little bit because this area is now blocked off because I have a new exit to my base that works a lot better. Kind of textured the floor here with a little bit of cobblestone. I think it looks a little bit nicer. I'm not really trying to make this look the nicest. I do got to take care of these shulkers at some point. Oh, I gotta put this pickaxe in my ender chest. Anyways, but I now have an area for all of my pets. There's a bunch of Arctic foxes here. There's a bunch of axolotls. A skeleton with full iron armor that I found like a couple thousand blocks away and I brought back. Normal horse for my girlfriend. Skeleton horse for me. Sniffers. Wish I gotta grab this stuff. You got another one? Just the one. Just the torchflower seeds. All right. But yeah, kind of those guys get me the torchflower seeds and whatever those are called. I'm gonna make some kind of farm at some point if I can figure out how to breed them, which it shouldn't be too difficult. And then a few dogs here. There's this guy's named Harry Potter because he got struck by lightning and lived, and I thought that was funny. But then this is the new exit to my base where you can flick this lever. It opens up at the top. Flick this lever, it gets rid of the soul sand, but we want the soul sand so we can go up. And then there's a secret lever here that closes the top. Now, I know this isn't the most secret, but everybody on the server is going to know about this anyway, so I don't really care that much about how secret it is. I might like fix a little bit of this area like here or something at some point, but that'll be coming later at some point when I feel like doing it. And then also this lever pulls back the soul sand like the one on the bottom does, so I can just swim down if I need to. And then both of these can be flicked, and it's closed, and the soul sand is back. I mean, that's it for my base, really. Like, I just added all this stuff. I'm going to, at least at some point soon, add, like, some kind of brewing area, hopefully. If I remember. Maybe I'll just make, like, more areas for pets on the side here. Like, I might move that skeleton and have him kind of be, have, like, a row for, like, hostile mobs that I've collected. Like, I have a chicken jockey where the baby zombie's wearing full gold armor that I want to keep. But I don't know where to put him quite yet, so that's still a work in progress. But yeah, I think that's it for my base. I'm just gonna go into spectator because I don't feel like flying over there. And then yeah, so a couple other things around spawn. I do have two little things before we move on to some of the bigger news with the server. We have a new item sorter for the mob farm, where basically, okay, this is really annoying. I don't think it's working right now. I have the what's it called? The redstone clock there is like always on, so then it has the water always out, so nothing actually spawns. But basically the mobs drop down here, it goes into these chests, it goes into dispensers, which you heard clicking, which are on an observer clock, and then it goes on this ice path, which then goes over all of these hoppers, or it goes along the honey blocks on the back. Ooh, that needs to not be like that. The honey blocks on the back, and then goes into hoppers, which then go into these chests. Like, I mean, for some reason, it's not giving me any spider eyes, but yeah, that's all the stuff it's been giving us. So very nice. I don't really have anything else to say about this. This was a design copied from another farm that I don't remember the original maker of, because I couldn't even find it for this world, so I had to copy this from a single player world of mine. I just thought this would be a lot easier to use for a lot of people, and I do think it was. And then the other piece of news, while I turn my audio back on, is that I have been adding more villagers to the village. So you see, we got all these clerics. I always forget the name. But now we can trade a lot more rotten flesh. I added another cartographer, I think, and zombified another one that wasn't zombified. And there is a bunch, or not a bunch, two new librarians as well. So I'm going to fill the rest of this side out with librarians, and then we're going to work on the back here, which has a bunch of villagers. Or it'll have like a bunch of like random types of villagers, not like any single kind, like how there's all the librarians on the inside, then there's those guys over there, and then these guys over here, and then the farmers and the clerics down there. So these ones won't be organized as well, but we'll have at least one of every kind of villager, and we'll focus on trying to get as much stuff as possible from these guys. But at least for spawn, I think that's it. I did move the map a little bit over here. I moved it down a block so you can actually read the little markers. But we will be going over here to the squid farm now to show you what I've been up to over there. So I guess we'll start with this path over here. That's the chicken jockey I was talking about. This box of oak wood here. He's in here. I think you hear him in there. But yeah. So this path leads over to the squid farm now. We got an extra one of these heading in this direction. Just the same design as before, pretty much. The path blocks, oak stairs, and then the cobblestone walls with lanterns on top of them. I do need to add more cobblestone, or like the pillar thingies with the lanterns going down this way. But over here we have the squid farm, which is this, and then there's the building for it there, which has the squid on top of it, which I very, very much like this design. It looks a little goofy, but that's kind of the point. I do very much like that. The only issue is like the sea lanterns on it. I think it looks a little bit worse with that. But at the same time, it needs light. I don't want stuff spawning on there, so I'm perfectly okay with it. Then I ran to a shit ton of skeleton horses over here. So I have a bunch captured here, and then I have like 8 more over there, and then there's 4 more just kind of roaming around this area. Like you can see one right there in between those trees. I'll just fly toward it because I don't want to like zoom in or anything, but you see it there. And then I have a concrete farm here, which I am still not 100% sure how it works, but it does work, and that's I'm fine with that. And then a sheep farm right here, which is pretty decent. It's not like amazing, but I do need to AFK here a bit to actually get some of the wool. But it has every type of wool in it. You got all the. I'll just go through and click all these: red, brown, black, gray, light gray, and white. I do wish this was moved over a little bit. Like if I could shift it over to like have this end here and then the other end a little bit closer, but I built it this way, so I gotta live with it. I'm not fixing that. But to go inside here a little bit, real quick. This is what the inside of the building looks like. I might add some like stone brick stairs around the outside because I don't really like the dark oak showing on this side, but it does look nice on the outside, so I'm fine with that. And then if you go down here, this is what the squid farm is currently looking like on the inside. Got 9 double chests. It used to be 6, so I was gonna say 6, but pretty much all but one chest is full of ink sacks, so we're getting a little bit filled up on that kind of stuff, but I'm pleased with where we are at. Why is... Okay. I feel like that shouldn't be going down there like that, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so this needs to fill up, and then all these fill up, and then that other chest fills up, which is kind of dumb, but whatever. But yeah, I'm very proud of this area. I might add some more farms, like some kind of flower farm eventually. But for right now, this area does feel pretty finished. Now over to some updates about the south. We'll start with Spencer's base, which does have... No, probably the second biggest change. Why am I lagging? Alright, I'm good now. But he has started adding like a rim, I guess, around this, like where you like a walkway around the top of his wall over here. Like right here. And you can actually get up over here. And then a bridge, which I built across here. Not the most fancy bridge in the world. We might change this up a little bit, but as of right now, I'm pleased with this. I just wanted to actually get this bridge done before I made this video, so it kind of connects everything together, because for the longest time it was just this path ending right there and then just the water and maybe like I think it was like a 1 block wide cobblestone bridge going across, which wasn't the greatest. Yeah, Spencer's making a bit of progress on his base here, kind of adding that walkway around the outside. And then the part that I wasn't sure if I could show you guys last video, but he said it was a-okay, and we, like, literally everybody on the server worked on it. I thought this might be a secret area, but he is building a, I think, 200 by 200 wheat farm down here. And we have to hollow out this area all the way up to, like, you see where it, like, kind of the hole gets a little smaller. We gotta make it maybe not all the way up there, but, like, most of the way up there. And we've made a ton of progress down here. I actually haven't been down here just now, or for a little bit until just now. This area was not this open before, and Spencer's been working away at that, so good shit from him. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the deep slate here has been used by Adba for his base, but yeah, I think Spencer's making some good progress on his base. And then the one other update on the south, which if I could fly through the hole, which I've never failed at doing, there we go, was Matthew a while back, like probably right after I made that video. He chopped down the entire forest over here, which he left the tree floating. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he chopped down the entire, like, the whole forest over here behind his base, which he's going to make a big plantation, he says, over here. Don't know exactly how that's going to look. Obviously, you guys will see eventually, but that's what this area over here is going to be. I just thought I'd show you guys because you probably saw it on the map with, like, the big open area, and if you watched the last video, that was not the case. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I have for the south, I think, because it's only really been Spencer playing, and he spent a lot of his time on that and helping me with some other stuff, which I will show you next. And then Matthew hasn't really played since he chopped down this forest, but he should be on today as of recording this video, or maybe tomorrow, uh, depending on what he's doing today. But we should be getting some grinding done. This video, there should be another update video sooner after this one than it was the last one. Like, it should be like 2 weeks, maybe a week between the two videos. So, yeah, we'll be getting a lot more done on the server. But for now, okay, I actually do have one more thing I want to show you guys in this. This isn't related to the south, but this is a very small thing that I wanted to show over here before we go into the big changes with this. And it's that I finished this map in the port area, which I don't know if I talked about in the last video, but my idea for this is that I'm going to have the happy gas in the things, which, I mean, at the time of recording that, this hadn't come out with the lead changes with happy gas, so we're going to have chest boats strapped to a few happy gas in these gaps, and we're going to have actually functioning ports that kind of transport items between them with the happy gas. So that should be very fun. I really like this idea now. That wasn't the original idea when I built this. I kind of just wanted to build some like ships and stuff because I thought that'd be cool. But then when I finished building this, I really didn't feel like building one. So yeah, we're gonna add the happy gas once those come out, and I think that should be relatively soon, but I'm not exactly sure when. But now onto the big news and possibly what I'll title this video. I'm not exactly sure. I'll probably just title it Updated Realm Tour with the date, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. All right, and now the big news of this video, and what I was alluding to with the title, is the end is finished. Now, I'm not 100% done with this. I do eventually want to come back to this and add some new stuff into it. Like Spencer and I were thinking about doing a Gyarados in here, which could be cool, like building a like kind of decently sized Gyarados in here, the Pokemon, if you're not familiar. And I do kind of want to touch up some of this grass a little bit. I do think there might be a little bit too much. But as of right now, I do feel good about the end being finished. So Bikini Bottom over here, which I'm not sure if we started in the last video or not, but yeah, this is done. SpongeBob's house is done. I know, or I think these two might have been done at the time of recording it, but SpongeBob's house is finally done. It took a while for Spencer to get on. We built a big plug in the middle, which I think is funny. It kind of like a bathtub plug that you would pull out and then all the water would drain out, which I think is kind of fun. I built some of these coral trees around the place, which I think I'm very proud of. I made in like a creative world beforehand and then went into the game. Now, what we'll probably do is I'll probably build some more of these. Matthew will probably build a boat on the surface. And then we'll do the Gyarados at some point. Don't know exactly when that'll be. But as of right now, all we have on top of what I just talked about was this End City ship that I built, and then I made kind of a shipwreck kind of thing because it didn't really feel in place when it was just like a normal End City ship. So I kind of just replaced it with a bunch of random brick blocks, added some seagrass and kelp growing from it, and called it a day with that. And then I think the one thing I didn't show is this tree right here, which I'm very proud of. This was my favorite tree. I don't really have much else to say other than that. I just really, I'm very proud of this one. And I'm very proud of this whole build. And now you might be asking, well, now that you're done with this, what are you guys going to do? And we might have an even bigger project planned as the next one. I'm not sure exactly how much work it'll be. But in my opinion, I think it will be a bigger task to do this next project than what this end project was. Now, this I did for multiple months. This project, it'll probably take me like a month to clear out the space for it, and then maybe another few to actually build everything and collect the materials for it. So yeah, we'll get to that now. I think I don't really have much else to say on this end project though. Very proud of it. Very happy with how it turned out. Gonna add some more stuff, but overall, I kind of want to just move on at this point in terms of stuff that I'm building. Oh yeah, I also changed the beacon colors. I might want to change it up a little bit more because I think maybe like I'd add another blue one in here instead of one of the pink or magenta ones or purple, and then maybe change up one of the green ones because I feel like having two green ones that they honestly look way too similar on a beacon. Um, might change that up, and that'll be before I do that because that's such a tiny change that I think it'll look a little bit better. But yeah, now onto the new project. All right, so you might be wondering what this massive space is. Obviously, you're assuming it's the new project, but we are going to be building a replica of one of the streets from me and my friend's hometown. I'm not going to say the street name or where we live because it is a relatively small town, but yeah, we're going to make it basically our shopping district from Hermitcraft and make a bunch of shops on the street and kind of have everybody have like a shop or two and have them sell stuff from it. Um, but it's just going to be a big street stretching from probably where these like chests are down here to like I'd say all the way down maybe by this swamp here or something. Like maybe to this point, and then we'll build a port at the end here right across from the quarry. So if you're wondering where it is, I'll go back to the map over here at the thing, but the tree, it's like right behind the tree farm pretty much. Obviously you guys probably don't have many bearings on this world, but basically the quarry's here, the port is here, it's like right here, this area that has been fully mined out. Obviously it's not updated on the map, I'm not going to do that, but it's basically like southwest of spawn, and we're going to build it all like right here. I don't really have much else to say because I'm it's kind of just like a figure it out as we go kind of build. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with it yet in terms of what buildings are there, what the buildings will look like. But as of right now, it's just kind of clearing out a bunch of space and everything like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below of this video. This should be significantly shorter than the last one. I think some of the changes were very big, like Adba's base I think is really cool. Obviously new projects are very, very nice. Might be streaming this a little bit on my main channel that I talked about at the beginning. I'll also be streaming it on Twitch, which link will be in the description of one of my main channel's videos because I'm not going to go back and change it for this one. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, everything like that. And I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully in like a week or two. Not exactly sure, but yeah, peace.